Welcome to Unapologetic Voices, where authentic conversations and genuine stories take center stage. I'm Thomas Tripp, and joining me is Kyle Elio Torres, as we delve into the realms of humor and truth with no filters attached.
Okay.
Is it rolling?
Yeah, it's rolling. It's set.
Alright, so it's taken approximately 1 hour and 14 minutes to get this shit started.
Yeah, just to get to where we are.
Because we had two microphones.
Yeah,
And
we couldn't get two mics to work. So
after several videos, that hasn't really worked out.
Yeah.
So we're sticking to one microphone, which is nice.
Yeah, we're just going to stick with the one for the moment. If I can figure it out next time, then cool. You know, before we did this, what are you giggling for?
I'm giggling because you and I are both thinking the same thing, which is we don't want any dead space in this recording, so we're just going to keep talking.
Yeah.
Make sure there's no spaces.
So, it doesn't matter.
Okay, go.
Okay, but...
Save it for the podcast.
Save it for the podcast. What I was actually planning on doing, I went on Amazon and I looked up wireless mics.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked up like a bunch of different ones. Like some are super expensive, some are super cheap. And I just found like really cheap ones. Like there are some that are like $30, right? And a lot of people say for what use you can get from them, they're actually pretty good. There was this one, I'm forgetting the name of it, but long story short, it essentially just looks like that, clips right here to your shirt.
Oh, like a lav mic. Okay.
Yeah. And,
gotcha.
You know, it's the same as what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Just you have your own personal one on your chest.
Yeah.
And then from there, it actually does record both separately. And you could just use your iPhone for the whole process.
That's nice. How much does that cost?
Well, this one is $14. But the one that I was going to buy that is actually like credited and has like some people use it just for like quick YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Out on the
like those road
streets.
mics.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It was $34 at Walmart, and then Best Buy, I think it was on sale right now for like $24.
Okay.
So
that's healthy.
Same model.
Very, very good prices.
Yeah. No, like economical, everything.
Economical.
I don't know,
This
man.
motherfucker's pulling out big words.
Like if you needed to like save money, dude, the fuck?
You gonna say economical?
Yeah. Look, there's my...
Speaking of Walmart, fuck Walmart. Have you heard about what Walmart's doing with the self-checkout?
Oh, the
subscription.
The subscription thing, so you can stop stealing.
Yeah. Tell me how that makes any sense whatsoever.
Dude, you know, so it doesn't make sense for them to want us to like do that because now they have to hire more cashiers.
Sure.
But Pelos used to steal a lot.
Hold on, we can't be throwing names on the podcast. Now that's a nickname.
Pelos is his nickname.
That's fair. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna throw you one too.
Okay.
I had a friend who also worked at such and such place, which now I'm thinking actually might. Can we say it by name? It's probably fine. It's a public domain, right?
Well, yeah, but
Walmart stores.
Are you gonna give like fucking last names and shit?
No. I just meant like Walmart in general.
Okay, yeah.
We can't be sued by Walmart for something that's gonna get 20 views, right?
Well, I'm just saying I can't get sued because I wasn't the one who did the crime. I'm also speaking hypothetical.
Hey, very true. This is all word of mouth. This is all gossip.
Yeah, dude.
So
Pelos could have never done any of the stuff that I'm about to say.
Stop saying the name. Just say the Mexican kid.
I witnessed him do. Allegedly.
So I also had a friend who worked there.
Okay.
And also would do things like they say in the, in the TikToks and whatever that I've been reading, which is like they take a gift card. Not a gift card, I'm sorry. Like a greeting card. And they'll put it underneath like a PlayStation and swipe that shit and go. Now, I'll tell you something. That's genius. But also stupid because they have the cameras and shit there. I don't know how they've lost so much money to the, how it's not cheaper to hire better security than those old weird people with the vest at the doors.
Hey, those are some very nice greeters. You know, the ones that are like crippled and like...
Just because they're all related to you doesn't mean that they're nice. I've never seen one in a wheelchair.
You've never? Dude,
No.
there's always like one real fucked up one that they just put on like the... they put them on like the grocery end, where it's like
by the bread.
Where nothing's really happening,
Yeah.
because you know the opposite end is like where all the skin products are.
I know exactly what you're
hair
talking
care
about.
stuff.
Pharmacy,
and then like a little bit more down, then you got like all the hunting shit, and, like pet supplies.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. They know where to put their people.
Yeah.
They put the crippies on the other side.
And they put the teenagers on the other side.
Yeah.
The ones who can run fast.
Yeah, the ones who could stop them people from stealing the pills.
Oh, man. So anyways, it's like $92 a year or something like that. It's like $112 a year for the subscription.
It's really coming out?
It's real. And, or you're going to have to go to a cashier, which I just don't understand how it got to this point. You know what I mean?
Well,
I feel like you could hire somebody for, especially since you're Walmart.
I think it all started with Hot Wheels.
Is this a segue into your birthday gift that I never got you?
No, but that's what Pelos usually steals. So
he steals. I fucking remember him talking about that. Wait a minute.
He steals Hot Wheels. A lot of them too.
Oh my god.
So like, you know how like they got like the specialty Hot Wheels. Look, I have this one right here. Oh. He stole this one.
He's currently getting up to get a Hot Wheels. Oh
yeah, look.
This is I would take this.
This is that limited edition Rick and Morty spaceship Hot Wheel.
How much does this go for?
I think it's like $8 or $10, somewhere around there.
Fucking worth the steal, man. That's a felony, right?
Right. You know how much he paid for it?
How much?
$1.50.
Oh, what do you swipe instead?
He swiped one of the cheap $1.50 ones. So like,
this is all allegedly, right?
So allegedly, right?
You didn't see this?
Oh no, of course not.
Okay.
So he took the $1.50 one. He stacked it on this. So like he put one there, and then he grabbed another $1.50 one, put it on there.
No, I get you.
And he holds them all like stacked on each other.
Sure.
And then he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and like until he has like 5 of them, whatever, right? Yeah. However many he's trying to steal.
I get it.
And then what happens is all of them say Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
They don't they have some specifics.
Yeah.
But nobody gives a fuck about reading, oh, Hot Wheel, Lamborghini, fucking whatever the hell.
I feel like you're yelling at me right now.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
You know, I get excited.
You're getting into it. No, I like it. Yeah.
And then right after that, you know, it's like, oh, Hot Wheel Monster Truck Edition, blah blah blah, fucking Grave Digger. You know, and he's just like grabbing them all, and then it'll just be like the one that's like fucking the $1.50 Subaru. Yeah. You know?
I'll put that on the bottom.
And he's just scanned all of them as the Subaru.
Solid.
And when people look at the receipt, it doesn't say all the words. It just says Hot Wheel, Hot Wheel, Hot Wheel, Hot Wheel, Hot Wheel. So he gets all these Hot Wheels for fucking pennies to the dollar.
I get you.
You know?
That's a solid crime if I ever had to pull one.
Dude, yeah. Well, technically, he's buying Hot Wheel.
He is buying Hot Wheels at, you know,
a reasonable price.
The prices that my people made them in the sweatshops.
Yeah, your people in the sweatshops. But yeah, no. Pelos never did any of that. That's all a lie.
Who's Pelos?
Who?
What's his government name?
Pelos?
Does he have papers to be here yet?
He did cross the border.
That's not the
answer. Let's just say he's looking for a wife to get some papers.
Jesus Christ. Hey, he should be getting somewhere because he drives nice. Yeah, he's always going out to like these nice things. Car. And he's actually a good looking kid. He's not ugly.
Right.
And I think, so I know he's socially awkward, but that's kind of rizzy. You know what I mean? I'm bisexual, so I can say this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm borderline gay as well, so.
You're just gay in general, so we are sitting on a couch.
I am married.
We're sitting. We'll talk about your wedding after this. So.
Yeah, sure.
We'll save it for the podcast. So.
Save it for the podcast.
What was I gonna say? He's a good-looking kid, basically. Yeah. And you know how he talks, where he's very, like, almost quiet, but he knows what he's talking about, and he does that little, like, you know, head lean back smirk kind of deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly
Southwest Detroit Mexican kind of vibe.
Yeah,
he's very rizzy.
The Mexican nod.
So he could get some papers if he really wanted to, you know?
It wouldn't be that difficult.
Not to mention, I thought he had a girlfriend. Who also didn't have papers.
So... She does have papers.
Oh, shit.
It is not confirmed that that is his girlfriend.
Okay, are we pulling like a mat here?
Sort of. So, like, he kind of just takes her everywhere.
Mm.
She became, like, his +1 for all events.
Okay.
It also, because us, you know, the group being an asshole.
Yeah.
Hey, where's that one person?
It's in the name.
Because, like...
We don't know their name.
I don't know her name.
Yeah.
But
Why would you?
I call her my sister.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And for the longest, she would, like, show up to events. All the fucking time. Just show up. And she stopped showing up. And we're like, Pelos, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, where's the +1?
Yeah, where's the +1? Where's my sister?
We reserved a table.
Right.
Yeah.
And we would, like, add her to shit for no reason.
For sure, yeah.
And Pelos would be like, I didn't really want to bring her. And then we're like, go get her.
We like her more than you.
And the funniest thing is, our group doesn't really talk to her when she's there.
No, but the vibes are good.
It's just, like... I spend more time convincing people she doesn't speak English because I think it's hilarious.
So I've met this lady.
And she plays off of what I say every time.
I feel like I've met this lady and you said that to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure I did.
I think I'm picturing who this is now. I think I've only met her one time then, if that's the case.
She did come for one of the parties here.
Okay. Word.
I don't think she stayed that long though.
Okay.
Because, like... She doesn't drink or anything like that, and I think people were drinking.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
Keep it sober.
Yeah.
I like it.
But
we
still got to figure out an intro and how we say hello to these people because we just
we're sidetracking. No. So we got.
But we're also still talking about Walmart.
Fuck Walmart. So we got we have a name. And I think honestly, because you and I are both lazy, I think we're going to leave it at 2 unapologetic voices.
Dude,
That's a solid name.
I love that as our name.
Yeah, and it's going to take full credit. You know, there were a couple other choices like Gut Punch Giggles, 2 Unfiltered Dudes, Raw and Runchy Ramblings. That just doesn't sound as good as 2 Unapologetic Voices.
Yep.
It's got a ring to it.
2 unapologetic voices. And then we get 3 unapologetic voices.
No.
With Johnny.
We can't add a third.
Oh, fine.
He can be the special guest.
Yeah, he can be special guest. He apologizes.
Special. That was by far the funniest thing you've ever said to me. That was like right on the money, dude. That was nice. Holy shit. So, let's talk about your wedding for a second.
Okay.
I actually wanted to bring this up because it's pretty funny. Now, I already forgot what I was talking about, but I remember your wedding. So, like, you know, I was very honored to do your wedding as the minister, you know, to marry you and Courtney together. That's very great.
Yeah, I was very happy that you actually didn't take it as a joke and you actually jumped at the chance.
Yeah, I was ready to go because I figured you were going to ask Matthias.
Right. I asked him as a joke.
Sure, but you know, it was like an open joke.
It was an open joke that if he actually said, you know, I would be willing to do it, I would have been like, dude, go for it. I'd love to have you up there. And then, you know, we would have did the whole shebang, shaboom, whatever. Right? But he said no, and I was like, okay, cool, I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever. And then I thought about it, and I was like, I don't really want a random-ass person to do it.
Right.
And, like, literally the only other person who I thought could do it was my brother, because he's already ordained and all that. He can do that.
Right.
I don't know why the fuck he got ordained in prison, but he did.
It happens.
He married a couple gay guys, but whatever.
Absolutely.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right.
But it was just the fact that, like, that went into my head. I was like, well, I could always ask my brother to just.
Is it gay if they're the only choice?
Well,
right? Because when they're out of prison,
well,
you know,
prison. So the thing is,
things don't.
Prison pussy's prison pussy.
Exactly.
Like if you're just trying to fuck, that's a thing. But if you're trying to get married, that's a whole commitment. At that point.
That is gay.
Yeah, that's straight up gay.
Which you don't mind.
No, I don't give a fuck.
But if it's prison pussy, it's not gay.
Oh no.
Because when you get out of prison, you don't talk about it.
Yeah, you don't talk about fucking a dude.
Right.
Unless you want to.
And, I mean, if you want to brag about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when someone comes up to you, dude, I will literally fuck you. I fucked a dude in prison. Like,
your brother said that to me literally an hour ago.
Yeah, like,
as
that's
I got
what
out
he
of the
does. Because he fucking... So, my brother did do... So, when he first got arrested... this is what he told me. Like, as soon as he got out of jail, he was like, yeah, the first thing I did... this guy came to my face and called me a pretty boy and said he was going to beat my ass if I didn't give him like his shoes or something.
That's his first test, yeah.
And my brother was like, I'll literally beat the fuck out of you. And like the guy was like, dude, talk to me like that again and I'm going to rape you.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother just so happened to have 2 of his boys who were in there at the same time.
Oh,
right?
lucky.
So, and you know, my brother was gang affiliated and all that. So he had a crew just in there already.
Right, already, yeah.
But as soon as that guy said it, my brother grabbed him, pulled him into the room.
Mm-hmm.
The guys blocked the door. My brother beat the shit out of him, pulled his pants down.
Oh no. Where's this going?
Grabbed a broom and shoved it right in his ass.
Oh, God.
And then he's like, who's fucking who now? As he fucking sodomized that poor man.
Jesus.
And so my brother had to get transferred from the first place that he was at, like literally day 1.
Made a name for himself, though.
Yeah, no,
I like that.
For real.
No, I like that.
It was day 1, and he had to get moved, and my brother was like, I only have 2 options now.
Yeah.
I either die,
right,
because I'm going to get fucking killed for what I just did to that guy, or he's going to be a bitch and never fuck with me again in his life.
Right.
So my brother's still alive.
Hey, he's rocking.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what ended up happening was the guy who got fucked in the ass by a broom, he ended up moving to a different facility before my brother got thrown out as well.
Okay.
So it was like...
parted ways.
Yeah. So
but everybody knew about it.
Oh, dude.
That's awesome.
The thing about prison, everything gets like...
yeah, that's all they have is gossip. That's all they have. You know?
Dude, half the stories my brother would fucking tell me that would just go on like, ugh. Yeah, so I'm sure my brother did way more gay shit than like than he's willing to admit to. But, you know, that's a side note.
That's a side note.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah, no.
And when we have him on someday, you can talk about it.
Someday that he's on our podcast.
2 unapologetic voices and 1 very, very unapologetic.
Oh, he's way worse than us. Oh my god. Yeah.
No filter. So you were gonna ask him to marry you.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask him to marry me, and then I was like, why would I do that? Like, why would I want a fucking convict?
Sure.
Like, even though there's nothing wrong with it, I love my brother.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like, I would rather it just be one of my closest friends. So then I looked at you and I was just like, hey, why don't you do it? And you took it immediately.
I
You
started crying.
Like, yeah, I was just like
crying.
I was like, oh shit, why the fuck did I say this? Like, yeah. And then you immediately fucking called whatever, set up a fucking appointment to take a test.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn, all right.
I got ordained like that weekend.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I knew it was quick to get ordained, but I didn't know it was going to be that quick.
It was fast.
Yeah.
Like, basically, I got ordained almost the same day, but I got my certificate and I got all my stuff.
Like, weeks later.
Like, yeah. Very fast. Very fast.
Okay.
Yep. So, fun fact. Courtney and I, you already know this, but Courtney and I were supposed to go over the script for your wedding. You know, like the, everything I'm supposed to say and that you guys are supposed to say and like the pauses between and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We never really got around to do that until like the day of.
Okay.
Like literally, I think the night before she finally got to me and was like, hey, sorry I didn't look at this, blah, 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 blah. And instead of like doing it like how I send it, like I think I sent it to her on Facebook with a, Facebook Messenger with a document, like not an Excel sheet, but like, Word documents to like Google Docs to get it like, you can change it and like edit it however you want. Properly set it up so I could print it out and it'd be clean, right? No. She took the
preparation sounds like it would have been a great idea for this podcast.
No, that's okay. We're getting it done.
Okay.
Not to mention, I know it's going to sound great.
Okay.
And we have 1 mic on the floor.
Yeah,
we got 1 mic up here.
We do it.
And it's perfect. As long as we don't hit this table, I think we're solid.
Yeah, no.
As long as your bird shuts the fuck up, we're good. By the way, there is a giant bird in this room. I believe it's called a macaw. Is that correct, Mr. Kyle?
Well, its name is Houdini, but yes.
Right. It is a female.
Yeah, it is a female that I thought was a male. So, yeah. So the story with the fucking bird, though.
Yeah. There's a story with the bird?
Yeah, because I didn't want it at first. It was kind of forced upon me.
I don't really remember the story. Please continue.
Yeah, so what ended up happening was with that fucking bird, my mom told me that there was this Mexican family who was like being terrorized by the bird.
Mm-hmm.
Not really terrorized, but they have this bird that's hard to like manage.
The bird is ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's hard to manage because they have a lot of little kids and the bird likes to nip at them and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, it just nips? That's fine.
Sure.
Most big birds nip at people and like they don't understand.
There's no trust.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I've had smaller birds and I know how to get them to like you and all that.
Comfortable. Mm-hmm.
Or at least comfortable enough.
Mm-hmm.
But the first question I asked my mom, is it aggressive?
Sure.
Because if it's just blatantly aggressive, they're way too difficult to handle.
Yeah.
But Houdini apparently was a rescue from not the Mexican family that had it. The Mexican family stole it from someone else who was abusing the bird. So like they weren't feeding it properly. They were hitting it all the time. So it became highly aggressive. Like it just mean as fuck. So in their household, only one person could handle the bird, and it was like forcefully handling. Like it wasn't like the bird wanted to be touched.
Yeah.
So like they had 2 cages for it, which I have both the cages at my house now. That one cage that's in that room, they used to use it just to have it outside. The bigger cage is the one that, you know, it's just here inside the house, whatever. It knows how to open up both doors. So neither of those cages stay locked because it just opens them. But what ended up happening was the Mexican family was moving somewhere, and hell knows where, and they were planning on just throwing the bird outside. And this bird can't fly. This bird can't do anything. They were just planning on getting rid of it at that point because nobody wanted the bird.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "Oh, Kyle fucking loves animals. He has a whole zoo at his house." Now, at the time, I did have a lot of fucking animals at my house. Sure. That's when I still had my sugar glider, my other 2 birds, my fucking 3 lizards, and, you know, Cup and Finn, my 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And then I think at the time I might have had a turtle, but
I don't remember.
I think the turtle died before that.
Okay. That sucks.
It was Courtney's turtle, and then I was...
that's okay.
Yeah. I told her she wasn't allowed to have turtles because she doesn't know how to fucking take care of them. And she ended up getting turtles. And
they're very easy to take care of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
All right.
Yeah. I had a turtle for a long time in my life. Until, well, it was my sister's turtle.
Okay.
I'm getting sidetracked, but...
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but my sister's turtle...
We're going to jump back to the wedding at some point, too.
Yeah, at some point. We'll jump back to the wedding.
All right, macaw.
But yeah, the bird.
Houdini.
The family... was literally just gonna get rid of it, and my mom literally agreed to them that I would take the bird before I even said
without mentioning
anything.
to you. Yeah.
Right? And the moment I texted my mom, "Hey, the only thing I want to know is it aggressive? Because if it's aggressive, I don't want it."
Yeah.
My mom left me unread.
Excellent.
Right?
Just like your
the
mom.
very next 3 hours, a fucking bird is in front of my house on my porch in a cage with another cage sitting next to it.
There you go.
And I'm like, I guess it's mine now.
Yeah.
And I put it inside my house, and my wife has hated it ever since.
Oh, baby. Does it like that?
Oh, what I just did to it?
When you tap it aggressively on the beak?
No.
She didn't seem to mind too. Oh, she looks aggressive.
Well, no, she doesn't mind me, but if I put my hand in front of her, she's going to try to bite me.
Yeah.
See?
Not too bad, though. Just a little nib.
Well, no, I pulled away. If I had stayed, she would have put a hole in my finger.
Should I get in there?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This bitch. She grabbed me on my toe once, and she, literally, her beak went in my toe.
Oh, God.
I was like, oh, fuck.
Ow.
Yeah, it was.
Did you kick her off a little bit?
No, I just screamed, and all I heard was, and then it walked away.
Get pranked, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, the reason I found out it was a girl, because the whole time the family thought it was a boy.
Yeah.
She randomly laid an egg.
I think you told me this one.
And I was very surprised because I didn't know why it laid an egg.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So it was an abused bird, got taken by a family that didn't understand how to take care of it, and then they gave it to me, and I don't know. The bird likes me.
That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that she likes you.
It took about 1.5 years for her to actually not aggressive. Like, whenever I walked towards her,
She'd like reach out.
she would reach out and try to bite and attack me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I would just get in her face all the time.
Yeah.
And, like, I would give her treats and stuff.
Right.
Now, if I wanted to, I could kiss her on her forehead and she won't do nothing.
Yeah.
If I try to pick her up, she's still uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
So, like, if I put, like, my hand at her feet, not when, like, her face is in the way, but she'll, like, grab... She's getting to the point where she's going to let me start picking her up.
Yeah, yeah.
But for the most part, every time I've ever picked her up has been me forcing it. And I may or may not have gotten bit hard as fuck because of it, you know? Because whenever you make a bird go out of its comfortability, they get really, like, either fight or flight.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And sometimes the bird wants to just run away from me as fast as it can. It cannot fly. So every time it's tried, it's hit the ground as hard as it can.
Oh.
Yeah, like a fucking brick. Dude,
Poor baby.
it is so great.
I can grab that bitch whenever I want.
Well, yesterday the bitch fucking came down, climbed down that little shelf right there,
Yeah.
and then started chewing on my desk. So, like, she's just been
all
doing...
that's her?
Yeah, all that's her breaking my desk. And I'm like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. It's
Sure.
it's an old-ass desk. I've had it for years.
Yeah.
Hell, I've broken it more than she's broken it.
Yeah.
But I was just sitting there playing League, and then I'm just like, do-do-do-do, and then all I hear is a, boom! And then,
She fell over.
yeah, so
She had a heart attack.
So, no, I was right here, listen, like, that's my chair.
Yeah.
She's right here. She has her foot here, a foot
Oh.
here, and she's chewing on this.
Ah.
She's, like, breaking it. I think there's, like, a new piece or whatever. But I moved back.
Oh, you killed her.
I moved my chair back, and all I hear is, bah! And then a slam to the ground. And I was like, shouldn't have been there, bitch.
Oh, you backed up into her?
Yeah.
Oh, poor thing.
And then immediately I'd look at her, and she's just like upside down, rolls over, and goes back to her perch.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I try not to keep her in a cage, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I
leave
feel
her
like she's been,
uncaged.
yeah.
The only thing is, she likes her cages.
It's security.
Right.
It's her safety net, especially with the dogs.
Oh, no, the dogs don't fuck with her. She
At
fucks
all?
with the dogs.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So like, I remember I had the dogs in here for a while.
Yeah.
And I left her unbound because I don't believe in caging this bird at
For
least.
sure.
My little birds I did because they could fly.
Yeah.
And if a fan is on, because I have the ceiling fans.
Yep.
And, you know, I've had the chance where ceiling fan's on and, you know, remember Birdie just
Yeah.
hit the ground.
Oh, God.
Thought that bitch died. Nope, she made it.
She's okay.
But that happened, so I would always leave them in their cage. I'd let them out as long as the ceiling fans were off.
Right.
And then, you know, sometimes there were floor fans. But, you know, for this bird, the only thing that would fuck it up is a floor fan.
Yeah.
That's it. And I don't know if you know that reference, but I do. And I'm going to always say it that way.
Floor fan?
Yeah.
You keep saying that, and I feel like I've heard you say it before,
Yeah.
but I don't remember what you're referencing. Is this a, what's her name reference?
Bug.
Bug, yeah.
Yeah, Bug.
I remember.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's all coming back to me.
Vietnam flashbacks.
We were playing Among Us, and I remember she was talking about this.
Yeah, she was like, I have this floor fan, and we're like, what the fuck
What's
do you
a
mean
floor
floor fan?
Yeah, all of us were freaking out. We were like, what are you talking about? I remember that.
He started talking shit so hard to her. Dude, she was only like 16 at the time.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
were just talking shit
We were talking
about a
shit,
16
and we were saying like weird stuff in front of her. I thought Bug, because I joined the Discord after Bug.
Yeah.
So when she's always in the party and she's always, like, she offered to play D&D with us and all this shit, the way she talked and the way she presented herself over Discord, I thought she was an adult. So
Same
we would
here.
say the most raunchiest shit in front of her.
Yeah.
And, you know, we don't care either way.
Yeah.
But we need, like, consent. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't want to be disrespectful to somebody, you know?
Well, if you're not comfortable with it, I don't want to be the rude person. In
Right.
the
And
room,
especially if you're a teenager.
But I still won't fully PG myself.
No. I'm not going to change myself for you.
Yeah.
But if there's something you legitimately find uncomfortable, I got you. You
Right.
know? But
she would just never
dude,
care.
she would never say anything.
She'd never judge us for anything we would say.
Not to mention, I would never hear the tone of her voice change. She was very monotone.
Oh, yeah, no.
And when she laughed monotone. She was like,
yeah. Dude, I miss Bug.
I miss Bug too.
She used to be in our Discord all the fucking time.
Like every day.
And then she went to fucking college and just stopped.
Boo. She probably got a boyfriend.
Dude, she probably got a whole life.
She had 12 boyfriends when she was on with us.
Dude, and like when she told us too how old she was, like we all assumed she was like in her 20s.
Yes,
like, whatever.
Like the way she talked, she was like super mature.
And then she showed us a picture of herself, and I'm like, okay, she looks young. She's not
right,
but she didn't look like young.
No, she looked like 18 on the dot.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I just remember she was like, "Yeah, I'm about to get out of high school." We were like, "What?"
We were like, "Wait, what?"
We're like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, I graduate in a few months." They're like, "How long have we known you?" She's like, "About 2 years."
Right. Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
Like she's been in the Discord since she was 14.
And then I remember Relax being like, "How do you not know this about her?"
Andrew. Yeah.
Dude, and then Relax from day one, he was like, "Yeah, I'm only 17."
Yeah. He was a little fucker. He was fun to play games with, though.
Oh yeah, dude. I liked that he was very judgmental in some aspects.
I know you did. You found it very humorous.
I had to fuck with him every chance I had because I would just say something that he wouldn't agree with, and then he would argue it with me
nonstop. And
everybody would tell him it's just a losing track when you argue with Kyle because you don't get anywhere, and he would still try. Like, I remember we were playing League, and I died in the game.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. And I'm one of those people, I'll do like a burst of emotion real quick, and then as soon as I let it go, it's gone. I'm no longer mad. I'm no longer whatever.
Right.
I'll just be like in the middle of it, fuck, that doesn't make sense, this is bullshit. And then I'll just go, oh wait, that does make sense. Never mind. And then I'll go back.
Let it go.
Right.
Yeah.
I go back to doing what I just remember I was like, I was just doing something. I was like, dude, that's just straight gay. And he was just like, what do you mean gay?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, it's gay, but like, you know, not like the fun kind of gay. And I snapped my fingers.
Dude, you told me this story. I remember this shit.
Yeah, and he's like, but what's the connotation? Because gay isn't supposed to be a bad thing. And I was like, well, gay is a bad thing in the terminology I'm using it, motherfucker. And I told him, I was like, I don't care if you want to kiss men. That's an amazing thing. But this situation,
this is gay.
I died. This is gay.
He used to get really offended about that stuff.
Yeah.
I totally remember getting into him with it for like 15 minutes. And someone had to break us up. I think it was Felicia. But like, yeah, somebody had to break us up.
Felicia was kind of like the saving grace.
Yeah, she was the middleman for a lot of stuff.
For a lot of the arguments.
Yeah, her and Matt, I think. No, you know what? I'm not going to talk shit about Gerard, I'm going to say. But Gerard is a code name, which I will remind you of shortly. Gerard, you know, he was a gaslighter, low-key.
Oh.
Like, he was low-key a gaslighter.
Yeah, he is.
Would, like, you know, he will get in there.
Ignite the fires.
Yeah.
Especially when it was...
about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and you would think because of his, like, you know, the way he carries himself and the things he sells.
Yeah.
Right?
And
like,
the thing, and the friends that he specifically has.
He specifically loves you guys, right?
No. His specific friends.
Okay, sure.
Because his specific friends are pretty much like yours, but yours are like...
liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
You know?
Yeah.
And like his are like they're all transgender, they're all
Sure, yeah.
They're all mixtures of gay or whatever the LGBT shit there is. Like whatever connotations there are, right?
Yeah.
The whole shabam mixture, and he's just a fucking straight white male in the middle of all of it, and he's like, all of them are my friends.
Yeah. And that's great.
And he doesn't disrespect any of them.
He doesn't, but he will never defend them.
Yeah, he will never defend them.
He's like, I love them, but they can fight their own battles.
Yeah, he's like, dude.
It's so funny.
they're such a great people. I've known them for like 10 years now. They're my best friends. And he's like, but I will not stick up for one of them at all. If they start something, that is their fucking fight.
They are pretty gay.
I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, Gerard's funny. Funny guy.
Dude.
You would expect it, though. You would expect him to be the middleman. You would expect him to be literally the judge of the chain, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you need someone to pass judgment, it would be Matt.
Yeah, he's really good at understanding
Both sides. But he never did with Relax.
No, he hated Relax.
He did indeed.
He wanted... Did indeed. For the longest, Relax wanted me to get rid of Matt. And Matt wanted me to get rid of Relax.
I remember this.
And I would tell both of them, I don't give a fuck what your reasons are. I like you both.
Yeah.
You're both staying.
You have to stay. Yeah.
Like, you are my friends.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you two aren't friends.
Right.
Don't talk to each other.
Right.
Don't hang out with each other. But what would they do? They would talk and hang out.
Literally.
And they hated each other.
But they would play games together.
And
I would
hop
play
in,
games. And it's just the two of them.
Yeah.
And, Gerard would literally tell me, yeah, I'm just playing some League with Relax right now. Do you want to hop in the Discord? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Last night you threatened to kill him.
Yeah, you were like, I'm literally done with this motherfucker.
And you left the Discord.
And then he's like, I literally have my finger on deleting his shit.
The Discord?
Yeah.
I remember.
And then he's like, you think Kyle would say anything? Like, would he even notice?
This is a real conversation we had. Yeah. Do you think he would care if I just pushed the button?
And you know the thing is, during that time for our Discord, even though it looked like I didn't pay attention to everything, I was literally focusing on every single thing about the Discord, automating it, making sure it all worked.
Yeah.
And like, because I hired 2 other people to fucking literally set up the Discord to make it work properly. Right? So that it could be community standards, so that we could have as many people in our group as we wanted.
Right.
And, you know, cool. We had our finite group where it was like our tight clique.
Yeah.
And then we had all those random strangers who would join us every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I loved that.
Yeah.
Literally, Bug and Relax was one of those random strangers who stayed.
Yep. They became part of the family.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, technically Matt was one of those too. Or Gerard, or whatever you want to call him.
What are you talking about? That's a different person.
Yeah. But even Matt was that.
Who?
Gerard.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those, like, you know, I incorporated all these strangers into the group. Shit, even you were one.
Technically, I was one.
Yeah.
Because I was friends with people in the group that never told me about the group for, like, you know, 7 years before I jumped into the Discord.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys hang out here all the time? Fuck.
Uh-huh. And then you would just magically appear. Now you don't come in the Discord anymore, though.
That's because I got a girlfriend.
Yeah, you fucking started your life.
Here's the thing. Here's what it is. I see you 5 days out of the week. I feel like that's enough.
You don't need to.
No, and I text the boys on separately, so it's never like
right.
You know what I mean?
It's not that you don't talk to any of us.
Right.
It's just you could.
Yeah.
It's just you could.
I'm probably gonna start doing that again because I feel like I need more. It's now that point in the relationship where you need some space. You know what I mean? Like an extra day of space.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely gonna be a time where I'm gonna text you and be like, "Are you guys on? Do you want me to like hop in for the evening?"
I downloaded DayZ just the other day.
You did?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
I saw it and I was just like, Thomas will never tell me to play it, but just in case, I'll have it ready.
Thomas with 800 hours on there will never...
I have like 2 minutes.
The thing is I will play with you, but I unfortunately remembered that after you got it, I was like, you are not the kind of person to stay in... You know what I mean? You got too much ADHD going on to like really like sit down. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? This is my complaint about the game like DayZ, which is a survival zombie game, right? PvE game. Once you get all the stuff you need, it gets really boring unless you have mods for like a mission. The whole thing is just how far you survive. But after that, I mean, it's basically running simulator until you suddenly come across other players.
Right.
But if you kill them, you already have the best stuff in the game, you know, technically.
Yeah, what's the point of
What's the
killing them?
point exactly? So after like 10 hours, the game could get boring if you don't have mods and stuff.
Well, I'm just saying.
It would take you 5 minutes to get bored.
Every time you've played that game,
yeah,
you have made it sound like the best game that was ever fucking created.
that's because I'm autistic. I love that game.
And it got to the point where I'm like, I need to understand it, right?
Sure.
So I started watching videos of people playing the game.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'd watch the full-length video, like 3 hours of a motherfucker doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Running around getting gear and then sitting.
Yeah. And him just talking about random shit that he's like, yeah, you know, this game is really good because you got to do this. I got really lucky and I found this fucking pump action shotgun. And, you know, like just random videos, right? And then I see the random clips where people meet up with each other and they're actually talking.
That's the fun part.
They form a small community where they're like, we can all work together. But then there's always that one asshole that betrays everybody.
That's the best part.
And
it's the best.
every time I see those clips,
Yeah.
I think of you and only you, because every time you play, you're like, oh yeah, I found these guys, convinced them that I was good, and then I fucking murdered them when they weren't looking.
10 minutes later.
2 seconds in, shotgun to the head, pistol blast to the fucking skull to the next guy. Oh, that guy dropped a sniper rifle. I saw a guy across the fucking hill.
Yes.
Got that motherfucker.
Yes.
Right in the knee, and then I saw him crawling, and the zombies surrounded him.
Yes.
Like
The bloodlust.
It's like the shit that you would say. I'm like, oh man, I need to see it. And then I would watch videos, and that shit would happen, and I'm like, damn, I would love to do something like that, but I still like. My mentality is, when it comes to PvP, I'm a passive PvP player.
What does that mean?
Right? So I will kill you and all your friends.
Sure.
If you fuck with me.
Okay. But you're gentle first.
Right. If you come up to me and say, hey, friendly. Cool, I'm friendly.
And he shoots you.
I'm not going to turn around on you and be like, shotgun, bitch! Go, 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 go!
The best part is the atmosphere of that game is... Like, you're always itchy. You're always like, that's what I love about it. It's the adrenaline rushes I get, you know? Because the whole game, it's so quiet. I've been playing this one server recently, which is a modded server, so there's missions and things to do, so I don't get bored. I like it. Okay. Not to mention there's 70 active players on all time zones. So that's good, you know? It's a 80 people server, and there's 70 usually average active on US, Europe, Asia, that kind of shit, right? So, you know, you're playing for like 2 hours without seeing anything. You're fighting zombies, maybe, right? You're sneaking around towns just in case. You know, you find an abandoned base that somebody built, but there's no loot because somebody's already been here. And you're gathering your food, you're gathering your water so you don't die. You know what I mean? You're figuring out the map, which is really cool. But then there's that, like, you're just walking through the woods, right? Having a great time. You're like looking at your map. You're playing music in the back. I got Spotify on when I play the game, right? And I hear like a in the distance, and the whole fucking game changes. You lock in and you run in that direction, and you pray that you hear another gunshot to, like, you know, really identify. And worst comes to worst, you fucking, this happened to me like 4 days ago, that's why I'm saying it. On Saturday, I fucking run through these woods, and there's just a city in front of me, and I'm like, I have the high ground, but I have no scope. And you see somebody running, you think, can you take them? Can you risk it all? Can you fucking go to the end? Or can you trick them, you know, go over there, like run out in the middle. Like, there were times when I'll take off all of my gear that I've had for so long. I'll run out into the street and be like, hello, can somebody help me? Blah, blah, blah. And I'll look like I have nothing on me. I've got like a Glock in my ass. And I pull it out and just start wrecking people with it, you know? So that's the fun part of the game. And I think one day soon, you and I will hop on, we'll find each other, we'll actually go for it.
Fair enough.
And we'll do it that way. We'll go try to talk to people.
I think the problem is you would just use me as bait.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
People would hear me and they would be like, oh, this man is sincere. He actually sounds like he wants help.
And then you'll hear something in the
because
woods.
I'm going to be like, hey, this is my first time playing the game. I got lost from my friend. We got split. I don't know where he's at the moment, but if he meets up with us, I shot him a text message. He'll probably meet up with us.
He's got gear.
He's got some gear. He'll probably give us some food or something.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, wow, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
You know, I convinced them. And then as soon as you come up, I'll be like, is that you, Thomas? And you'll be like, yep. Bah! Just blast the other guy.
What shirt are you wearing? Take their shit.
I'm going to be on the phone. And then I'm be like, I'm actually the guy in the red shirt. And then he's like, what do the other guys look like? And I'm like, that guy is blue with a helmet, and the other guy has like some sort of armor on his legs.
They're dead.
And then,
give me a minute. Just lead them to those rocks over there.
Yeah, lead them to the rocks.
Yeah, that's the best.
Full vision.
I did that actually. It's funny you say that. I did that with Jonathan the first time he was playing. I brought him into a huge city and literally had him run up to a group of people that I saw in the police station. I was like, go over there and just make a scene, just like whatever. Just be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I gave him a smoke grenade. He opened it. He runs over to the front of the building. He's like, hey, blah, 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 blah. You know, can I join you guys? And they were all like talking. Like, they were getting set up because they're like, you know, this is probably like a trap, whatever.
Yeah.
I let Jonathan talk to them for a solid 15 minutes. Like, it felt like an eternity. You know what I mean? I kept telling John what to say, too. And I was like, what are they talking about now? Oh, just say this. You know what I mean? And he started giving him gear. And they were like, yeah, you can team up with us. Do you have a Discord? And he's like, no, what's Discord? And like, just leading them on a trail. I told you that one time.
Yeah,
I've done that to
remember.
people. I'm like, what's Discord? You know? And then they start running as soon as they're out of the building. It's the best, bro. It's the best game. It's not, it sucks. But, you know, it's good.
That's fair.
It's worth the cash. Yep. What's today, bro?
Today's
the 4th.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. Yeah.
It's the 4th, yeah.
There was a work email I just received, and I almost had a tiny panic attack.
Oh, that reminds me. 2 days ago, Tuesday, I went and saw the Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
The Godzilla X.
Yeah, the one that I keep seeing all the memes for.
Dude, oh my god.
And the scenes look so stupid.
I was losing my shit.
That game, honestly.
Like, I'll tell you this. If Courtney wasn't the one sitting next to me, I would have been acting wild the entire fucking time.
That movie looks like it's perfect for you.
Dude, the moment I saw the big-ass gorilla just minding his business, being all calm, and I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. And then he walked into the next area, and there was a bunch of other fucking monkeys, and they were like, "Ah!" In my head, I'm like, I'm
feeling the call.
Yeah, I'm ramping up and shit. And then, like, I was sitting there holding my popcorn. I just remember grabbing a handful, and like there was I thought it was Pello sitting next to me.
Okay.
But it wasn't. Okay. It was Donnie, because we were sitting in the VIP booths.
For
right?
sure. Yeah.
So there was a wall blocking it. So
you're talking about at I got you. Yeah, I remember.
And those booths are really fucking nice. If you guys have ever gone to any of the
is it Cinemark?
MJR.
It is MJR.
If you've gone to any of the MJRs, I don't know if all of them have it, but the one that I usually go to has these VIP seats where it's essentially recliner seats that go really far back compared to the other recliner seats. And it's essentially its own booth. You even have a little coat rack. Why are you looking at me like that?
Okay.
Like I'm fucking crazy.
I want to explain that he just like sat up straight up, like put his fucking chin in the air. He's got one eyebrow slightly raised, and he's talking so sincerely about these fucking VIP seats. Listen to me, motherfucker. All you have to say is the MJR has these new seats. They're VIP. They're literally only like $8 more. They have a coat rack and walls that separate you, and they're very comfortable. That's all you have to say. You just fucking sat up and prepared to give a whole fucking speech selling for MJR. You are not sponsored by MJR. You do not need to say any of that shit.
I just like MJR.
So you threw popcorn at Donnie?
No.
Is that what happened?
So I was like, I grabbed it, and I was like, I was gooning at that moment. I was like, ooh, ooh. And then like I had the handful, and I looked over and I saw Donnie's shoes, and I was like, man, if I throw this at Donnie right now, he's gonna disown me. Like, I'm no longer gonna be welcomed in his household. Fucking the Qing dynasty would fucking rule the day that I ever threw popcorn at this Asian man. And then I was like, I'm gonna do it. And, but Courtney was next to me and she like stopped me and I was like, oh.
Dude, I keep getting clips of that movie in my feeds.
Dude.
And like
when that one fight where it is there's 4 fucking gorillas.
Spoiler. Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. Spoiler if you haven't seen the movie, but the movie's been out for like fucking 2-3 weeks now. Like, get over it. But nonetheless, there's a scene where apparently in the underworld, wherever the fuck King Kong lives, right? He lives the underground.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the underground, there's another underground.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah. So there's a underground under the underground.
Okay.
And he ends up somehow breaking it open and like, because it used to be sealed or something. There was like a rift.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? It was sealed off. So, long story short, what's the name of that fucking Mothra, right? Mothra sealed off the second location.
Why'd she do that?
Because there's a tribe of monkeys who are evil. Okay. They explain the story. I'm not going to go into depth if someone wants to actually watch that movie. Or else I will go in depth.
I don't.
Because you know, I'm very good for it.
Okay.
Those chairs, you have to understand. But he ends up breaking the rift or something like that. And
the MJR chairs. I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about just there.
You just
you did that slight pause. Yeah. Okay, continue.
Those chairs. But you know they have heating and cooling for the seats.
It's more fun at MJR. Fun fact: my uncle was in the old video for that. He was like sitting in the seats in the one scene where they do like the MJR logo.
Yeah. With
the film reel. Yeah, he's like sitting in the seats, like laughing.
That's great.
It is really cool.
I think that, like,
that's
I don't know if I sounded sincere when I said that's great, but I actually mean that. That's awesome.
Give it to me again.
That's great.
That was like the same tone as before.
Yeah. Oh, you wanted me to change how I said it?
No, I'm not gonna have you change yourself for me. Come on. I know you're genuine. So, monkey.
Oh, yeah.
There's a fight scene with 4 monkeys.
So there's 4 monkeys. 3 of them are, like, full adults.
Yeah.
And one of them's, like, a child.
Oh, no. Is this when he picks up?
Yeah,
I just got that video.
So, immediately, he walks in there. He sees these other monkeys.
Yeah.
And the first thing he's thinking, I can talk to them. This is the first time I've ever seen my people.
Oh, right on.
Right? So he doesn't come up to them thinking, I gotta whoop their ass.
Yeah.
Right?
Kong's, like, intelligent.
Right.
Word.
And, well, so were all of those other monkeys.
Oh, they're all intelligent?
They're all intelligent.
That's some scary shit.
So, what ended up happening was, they took one look at him, saw that he was big as fuck. Because, comparatively, he's, like, just a bit taller than all of them.
For sure. And he's got a beard.
And his fucking arms are ripped.
Yeah.
Like, dog.
Chill out, bro.
Compared to all those other monkeys.
I don't want you thirsting over King Kong.
King Kong, oof. Ever since he was a little monkey, he still had big arms.
Oh, God.
But, so what ends up happening, like, there was this really, like, ugly-looking monkey that looked like he was on crack for, like, 10 years.
Okay.
And he just screams, and he just, you know? Yeah. And then, next thing you know, the other ones just start running up to him, and then, like, he's just, like, standing there, maybe I can talk to them. So, like, he says something back to them. Yeah. And then he gets socked in the face. Like, oh. Yeah. And then he's like, well, they fucking hit me. Yeah. Bah! And he just starts beating the shit out of all of them. Like, he's taking them out.
He's calm. Like, he's fought everything since he was a baby.
There is nothing in his world that he has not fought.
Right.
He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'll beat these monkeys' asses. But he's not trying to kill them. So he's actually fighting at, like, half strength while beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is, like, these monkeys have fucking spears. They have little fucking knives.
Oh, God.
And, like, they picked up rocks. Like, they're fighting him, right?
Yeah, they're trying to kill him.
They're hitting him. Yeah. They're doing all this shit. But, like, he's dodging all, like, lethal hits, disarming them, beating the shit out of them. And, like, he essentially knocks out two of them for like a second. Like they hit the ground and they're on the ground for a second. And he's fighting this one-on-one. Hits him so fucking hard, he starts to fall off of a cliff. Because they were fighting like on the edge of a cliff area.
For sure.
Falls off the cliff. He grabs him. Pulls him back up. And then he's like, "You good, dog?" And the fucking guy picks up his knife and immediately tries to stab him in the gut.
What a dick.
Yeah. And then he's just like, "Fuck you." And he fucking Spartas him.
He pushes him up?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And
That's actually pretty great.
He just kicks him and he falls off. And then he turns around and that little monkey jumps on his face.
That's where I saw.
And then he's just like, "Ah!" And then the monkey's like beating the shit out of him. And then he just grabs him by the leg and just starts using him as a weapon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was the greatest scene because there's a lot of fights.
Yeah.
Like the fights are like literally action here, a little bit of talk, just like a little bit of talk, action, little bit of talk, action, little bit of useless talk, action, a little bit of talk that's not useless, but you still didn't really need it.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Action.
Right?
Yeah.
Action. I will say this. There was one part in the movie that I just did not like at all.
Godzilla's pink? What?
No. That's actually cool that they made Godzilla pink this time around because, you know, he's leveling up, he's getting stronger.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But there is a part where the trying to think of like the name of the team, but like, you know, the main cast, they go to the underworld, right? The
little girl, the whole gang. Yeah.
It's a little girl, a black guy, a white guy, a lady, and then an older white guy.
What color is the lady?
She's white too.
I know, we just gotta make that clear for everybody.
Oh, did I not say that?
No.
Oh, okay, whatever.
We can't leave a hole in the story.
So it was like, so it was like an Indian girl, right? And then
I know what the girl looks like. Yeah, she's like an Inuit.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So
she's the one that communicates with Kong.
Right.
Yeah, I remember.
Telepathically or some bullshit.
I remember from the other movie, yeah.
But yeah, nonetheless, fucking I'm gonna start saying that again. They go to that place.
I'm not gonna reprimand you on the podcast for
good.
using your words.
Good.
You do whatever you want. The audience will know.
The audience will know that
they'll know the words you use.
The words I use too much. But
you're gonna do it again.
But as the movie is progressing, right? They go to this place. They see that like the command base that they had there was destroyed, right? And they're like freaking out about it. They're like, whatever. They follow Kong. He goes to the underworld or whatever the fuck, and they followed him down there. As they're walking, the white guy is essentially this. He studies all of the creatures.
Is this Alexander Skarsgård or is this a whole new person?
I don't remember any of the names of these people.
Okay. You keep talking. I'll look it up on my phone.
I just know it's the white guy that was in the last movie. And he now takes care of Kong. Like, he does, like, medical things for him. And, like, he researches all the other animals and stuff.
That should be the same guy.
It is. It should be the same guy from the last movie.
No, it's not. It's Dan Stevens.
Oh,
he plays Trapper. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm telling you, I think Alexander Skarsgård was the other one. Anyways, continue.
Okay, but that guy.
Yeah.
He essentially gets this gut feeling, right? They go into this area, and he's like, as they're walking, he stops everybody. He's like, hold on, guys. Something's not right.
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
I like that movie trope.
Right. He pauses, and he's like, do you hear that? And it's pitch quiet.
Okay.
Not a fucking sound's going on. You don't even hear a cricket, right? And he's like, guys, we're in the fucking jungle.
Yeah.
You should hear a buzz. You
Yeah.
should hear a sound.
Right.
You should hear something everywhere you go.
Right. And
the old guy is the only guy who has a gun in his hand. Everybody else who got on that fucking plane, there was like an arsenal of weapons. Not one of them ever thought to themselves, let me just take a shotgun.
Well, they're essentially useless against the big ones.
Right. Don't you start.
Houdini, relax, baby girl.
But fuck are they doing?
I don't know.
Whatever.
It adds to the it adds to the.
If it's even picking them up.
Oh, it's not really picking them up.
No, not really.
Okay, that's good.
But so what ends up happening is the old guy starts to yell at him like, "What the hell are you talking about? We're going this way because I said we're going this way. I'm the leader of this excavation group," which he wasn't really. He's the pilot, right? And he's just like, I know my way around this place. You guys have to follow me.
For sure.
I have the gun. He's the only one that has the gun, right? And he's like screaming and yelling, right? And the other guy's like, "No, you should be quiet.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be loud right now." And the guy's like, "Go fuck yourself, blah, blah, blah," yelling all this stuff, right? And he ends up, you see how she gets active when they're...
Yeah, poor baby.
Any sounds are out there. He gets eaten by like a fucking tree.
Why?
Like there's like this just giant tree that just fucking eats him.
All right.
Right? And it's like in my head, you know what this other guy's job is, right? He learns about all the animals. Ooh, someone wants to play League? What?
That's the sound it makes?
Yeah, that's the sound of League of Legends. Who's at my house? Is that Johnny?
I think Johnny's here.
Johnny showed up?
Attention fans of our very first episode of
We're not supposed to have a guest.
Two Unapologetic Voices. There may be a guest joining us on the show very shortly.
One that will be apologetic.
That's true. We are about an hour and like 10 minutes into the session, I think. And if we get a guest right now, that would be fantastic.
That's why my fucking dogs were going crazy.
Because there was someone here. I also thought there was someone here because I heard the door.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure.
I wasn't sure either. He didn't text me or anything.
No, he did not alert us to his presence.
Palos did, though.
So if it's not him, I'm ready.
Hold on, let me go get mine. Get the key. Get the key. But yeah, so like he yells and all that, and I'm like, why wouldn't you take the advice of a guy who's studying all the animals in this world?
Right. It's common sense. He's got an ego.
Right. He had the craziest ego at that moment. Before that, he was really chill.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, was it one of those weirdly written like scenes?
Like he just flipped, you know?
I hate that.
Yeah. But then you find out that he was completely useless because the guy who studied the animals,
he can fly,
also knows how to fly every single fucking
So
thing.
he was just written to be eaten.
He was written to die.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I call that lazy writing.
Right.
But right on.
But it's just one of those, like, I didn't like his character. Because
Gotcha.
they made him seem like an old fool. But you'd think an old guy who's been through the ropes so long...
He should know,
would know signs.
Like, you remember Kong Skull Island?
Yeah.
The first remake, like I think it was 2017, the first of the remakes of the newer...
Did you ever play the video game to that? The shit was so fucking good. I had it on Xbox when it first came out. I remember...
Are you talking about King Kong from 2008 with Adrian Brody and Jack Black and all that? Because I played that one, which was a lot of fun, with the bugs that crawl out of the cavern walls and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was awesome.
Okay, maybe I was thinking...
I know what you're talking about. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one that came out 5 years ago or so.
Oh, okay, yeah, no.
It's been like 7 years, actually.
Yeah.
With Tom Hiddleston, with Loki.
Yes. Okay.
So they had written all the characters. Every character basically had a point.
Yeah.
Which was nice. And like I'm saying with how this relates is there was an older guy played by like the comedian something O'Reilly, Brian O'Reilly. The way they wrote him, perfect. Like he's the egotistical old guy, but he's been on the island. He's been on Skull Island for so long. With Kong, he knows the rules and he knows what not to do. He's the wise wizard.
Yeah. He knows how to avoid the situations.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those, like, when you're an older person, you've been around the world a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you're in a dangerous situation. You know you need to be more cautious.
Right.
This guy did not give a fuck about caution.
That's dumb.
You know?
Yeah.
He was just, oh, we're in a new fucking place. I've been here before. I'm here to adventure. Like, that's literally how it seemed.
That's stupid.
You know?
So you didn't like the character writing and death, or you didn't like the monster?
Oh, the monster was a giant orangutan. who literally lost the fight the first time Kong walked up to him.
But he looked like a tree?
No. The monster itself, like, I thought the monster was kind of cool because it was just a tree that ate the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it made sense why that area was quiet because it has man-eating plants.
Got you.
You know?
Now I got you. Yeah.
But I just thought of it as like why waste a character? You know, he could have just got eaten by one of the big monkeys.
After, like, proving himself.
Yeah, he could have did something for the group and just got fucking wiped.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Because literally, there are so many scenes where you're like, they should have died.
Yeah.
This should have ended their fucking lives.
Exactly.
If this was Skull Island, someone would have lost an arm, a leg, everything.
Which happened in that movie. Almost all of them died. I like that a lot.
Like, none of the characters were safe in that fucking movie. And I thought it was beautiful.
I thought people were going to die all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
the people I didn't want to die died. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I thought Samuel L. Jackson's character was actually going to make it for a little bit because he was so aggressive and he's so, like,
he played his character so good.
He plays every character so good.
Yeah, that's true.
He's the best, man.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson.
He doesn't fuck around.
That's my Mace Windu. So, right. So, being the old guy, they could have written it so much better to where, like, he actually is the high ego character. He is the one that is, I haven't seen the movie, so actually I can't even really professionally talk about it. But,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, where, like, Samuel L. Jackson made it to near the end of the movie where he was finally crushed by his ego, which was he was going to blow up Kong, and Kong was like, fuck you, and then crushed him. Mm-hmm. Love that scene, because we got a whole 45 to an hour of learning why Samuel L. Jackson's character is that way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And like I said, like, the character seemed normal at first.
Right. And
right? Like, he was a little cocky. You could tell that he was
cocky. Yeah.
But then as soon as...
Flip the switch.
As soon as he got there, he flipped the fucking switch.
Yeah, it's weird.
And was just like, I'm the leader.
Yeah, and there was no instigator.
The thing is, he technically wasn't the leader. It was the white lady who was supposed to be leading.
She looks like the leader, just from the trailer. Yeah.
Well, so...
She's sitting in the co-pilot seat.
Right. She got the rule to get a group of people and go to this place. Mm-hmm. She was classified as the leader of the group. You know? Mm-hmm. So she picked her squad and then added their token black guy because he wasn't supposed to be on the plane.
He's in a couple movies.
Yeah. He was in the last one. He helped save the world.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he didn't get credit for it.
Godzilla. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get credit for it because...
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Hello, Unapologetic Voices. This is Kyle coming at you real quick. Just wanted to let you guys know we're going to be ending the episode here. This is a two-parter, so right now this is just part one. If you liked any of this, please continue listening. Run over to part two. It pretty much just carries on from where we left off because we didn't really have like a solid spot to kind of end. But it kind of meant like a little over an hour point, so I didn't want it to like take too much time. But long story short, listen to part two, continues from there. You'll hear the rest of it. Still a lot of funny stuff that we say on this track. If you guys are enjoying any of this, you know, send this to a friend, give it a like, give it a follow, leave some comments. If you want your story told, let us know. I am a horrible reader, but I will happily read your stories with my dyslexia. And, you know, possibly Thomas will read it perfectly fine because, you know, he doesn't have that. That's kind of a side note. We're going to end it. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out.